Have you ever stopped to think about how a city's whole identity, we're talking its history, its spirit, everything, could be woven into a single piece of cloth? It sounds kind of wild, right? Well, the people of Nakhon in Thailand have done exactly that, and we're going to break down just how they did it.
So that's the big question we're tackling. How on earth can one pattern, made of thread, become the biography of a whole community? To figure this out, our story has to start in one specific place. And that place is Sakon Nakhon, a province in northeast Thailand. Now, this isn't just a name on a map. This city has this really deep identity. It's known as the City of Three Dharma. And Dharma here basically means the fundamental truth of things. So the city is defined by three core truths.
Okay, so what in the world does three dharma actually mean? Well, think of it as the three pillars that hold the city up. First, it's a place of deep spirituality, with peaceful temples for dharma seekers. Second, it's a city surrounded by just incredible, beautiful nature. And third, it's a place where traditions and culture are part of everyday life, and I mean that literally.
So you've got this huge abstract idea of the three dharma. How do you make that real? How do you make it something you can see and touch? Well, the people of Sakon Nakhon had a brilliant idea. They wove it into a unique pattern called Pa Lai Nakhon Tom. Yep, that translates to the pattern of the city of Dharma.
This fabric is basically a canvas for the city's soul. And it's not just some random pretty design. Oh no, it's a carefully crafted story told through 5 main symbols, or motifs. Each one holds a different piece of the puzzle.
Okay, this is where the fun really begins. We're about to become cultural decoders. We're going to break down each of these 5 motifs piece by piece to really understand the layers of meaning that are woven into this incredible cloth.
All right, first up, we have motif number 1, Lai Khao Phu. The name itself, Khao, gives us a huge clue since it means mountain.
So this pattern, it represents the Phu Phan mountain range, which is this super important landmark for the whole area. It's a symbol of all the richness of nature, the forests, the rivers, you name it. This is a direct shout out to that first pillar, the Dharma of nature.
Next, let's look at motif number 2. This one is called Lai Dak Mai Pa, which means wildflower pattern. But get this, it's not just any old flower, it's a very specific and special one. The design is actually inspired by the Mani the wildflower. It's this delicate white flower you can find in the Phu Phan National Park. Including it in the pattern is this beautiful way to symbolize the purity and the pristine, untouched beauty of nature in Sakon Nakhon.
For our third motif, we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're moving from the natural world into the cultural world with Lai Khao Phan.
This pattern comes straight from a really famous religious festival called Bon Pawet. So by literally weaving this design into their cloth, they are physically saving a piece of their heritage. It represents that dharma of culture and tradition. It's their promise to carry their history forward.
Now, motif number 4. This one feels really personal. It's called Lai Hua Chai 4 Duong, and that translates to the pattern of 4 hearts.
And the meaning behind it is just as powerful as it sounds. Those 4 hearts symbolize the love, the deep care, and the really strong sense of unity among the people there. It's all about their community spirit, which is really the heartbeat of the entire city.
And that brings us to our 5th and final motif, the one that gives the whole pattern its name, Lai Nakhon Tam, the pattern of the Dharma city itself.
This design brings everything full circle, right back to the city's spiritual core. It's a symbol of the deep roots of Buddhism, the many peaceful temples, and the community's dedication to practicing Dharma and meditation. This is the Dharma of a peaceful city.
So let's just step back for a second and look at the whole picture. When you put it all together, it's so clear. Each motif gives us a key piece of the story. You have nature's abundance and its purity, you've got cultural preservation, community unity, and deep, deep faith. That's it. That's the entire identity of Sakon Nakhon, all captured in 5 powerful symbols.
Okay, so we've decoded the meaning, we get the story. But a story like this doesn't just appear out of thin air. It has to be woven, thread, by skilled hands. That amazing work falls to artisan groups like Thai Sakon Pa Kram, a community collective that started in 2018 to make sure this tradition stays alive and well.
And their process, wow, it's a true labor of love, passed down for generations. I mean, from carefully prepping the yarn and tying every single pattern by hand to using natural dyes from local plants, every single step is done with so much care, and only then is it woven on a traditional loom. It just shows this incredible commitment to keeping the entire process authentic.
So when you really zoom out and look at the whole thing, it becomes so obvious that this is way, way more than just a pretty piece of fabric. It's a living, breathing piece of heritage that you can actually wear.
Think about it. This fabric is an economic engine for the community. It provides vital income, it preserves ancient wisdom for the next generation, and it gets young people excited about their own culture. It's a massive source of local pride. Really, this cloth isn't just about their way of life, it is their way of life, woven into existence.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thought. We've seen how the soul of an entire city can be found in threads of cotton and dye. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In the art, the traditions, and the culture right where you live, what incredible stories are just sitting there, waiting for someone to discover them?